Aidan, lovely to see you again for our annual trip ahead of the York Ebor Festival, and I'm sure, as is always the case, you're looking forward to heading to one of the sort of premier meetings around the world. How excited are you for it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, this time of the year, it's where everybody wants to be. Everybody looks forward to the festival. It's usually, hopefully, the ground is beautiful, weather is lovely. Championship horses are kind of all getting sorted, and that's where kind of it all unfolds really this time of the year. And it's atmosphere, people, hospitality, everything, beautiful ground. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else you'd want to be that time of the year really.
And how would you assess your season to date going into York this time around?
Yeah, we've had some, obviously, some very good days, and some horses that obviously got beat that we thought might win, but everything is going okay so far, I think. Yeah, so yeah, and obviously we have some horses for the good races that look to have good chances, so that's what you hope for really this time of the year.
And you mentioned some of those good horses, some of the flag bearers this year, particularly in the 3-year-old division, if you like, many of whom have actually extended beyond that. But the first horse that springs to mind, who has done it in his division to a certain extent, but also against the elders, is Delacroix, who's lining up in the Juddmonte International. How did he come out of Sandown?
Good. Yeah, he's obviously looks a very good horse. We always thought he was, and his 2 runs before the Derby this year he looked a little bit different. He's a horse with a lot of speed. Obviously quickens very well. Yeah, came out of Sandown great. Really, what he did kind of in Sandown was kind of really impossible, but he did it. Obviously, when you look at his fractions for the last 2 furlongs, it's very unusual that a horse over 1.25 miles can do those kind of fractions, really.
Obviously, coming here today, I watched that race back, and I almost had to watch it sort of 3 or 4 times. Even in the immediate aftermath, you're going, how has he been able to do that?
It was very unusual. Like he really didn't get out until after the 2 against the hill. And it's very difficult. It's very rare you see that in any race, but in a top class Group 1 is very unusual.
Ryan immediately afterwards was quick to make the point about the speed that he has. He's out of Tepin, who, as we know, was a sort of champion miler from the States. Did you always think that speed was a real asset of his, or has he almost got quicker as the years gone on?
Yeah, we always thought he was like he'd have no problem being a middle distance horse, but I suppose he does obviously gets 1.25 miles, and we saw him in his 2 trials, and we saw him in Sandown, but he does quicken, and I think that's what kind of sets good horses apart from other horses, when they have the class to travel and quicken, and that's seemingly what he has. He's great physical strength. He's obviously by Dubawi, but he's big, scopy, powerful, you know, and he's a great mind as well.
In light of what happened in the International last year with City of Troy winning so brilliantly, I know it's a race that you always target. He looks to have an outstanding chance. How much is it a race in the whole year that you really want to win with a champion, or indeed a potential champion?
Yeah, obviously very prestigious race, and very important for a stallion if it can happen. It's a tough race. It's not an easy race to win, and you don't take it for granted for 1 minute. So it's great to have him there to go and try and compete, and like we think obviously he has great chance. We're very happy with him since. Physically he's in great shape, and we're not too far to go from now.
And just finally, York is a very fair track. I think it's sort of well known that. But is there an ideal set of conditions for him ground-wise, do you think?
No, I think good ground is what William and his team always produce. Good, safe ground, and that's all you can ask for. And I think that's fair for every horse. And some horses like an ease, some horses like it really quick. But I think if you have it good, safe ground, it suits every horse. And really what we wanted is in such a way that can suit every horse, and everybody gets a fair shot at it, really.
I lied. Finally, about him, you've won the International plenty throughout your career. In terms of his ability, what you see at home, what you've seen on the track, does he match up in terms of where he is compared to other winners of the race that you've trained?
Yeah, he's doing everything very well. His work is very good. Couldn't be happier with everything he's done since. And like I said in Sandown, he kind of looked going down past the 2, like he could not win, and ended up winning snug. So yeah, he's everything has went really well since Sandown. So hopefully, like, we have another little bit of time to go, but yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Okay, also on day one, you've got another of your sort of standout 3-year-olds this year, Lambourn, running in the Great Voltigeur. He's won the English Derby, the Irish Derby, a dual Derby winner, which is a tremendous achievement already. What, I suppose, same question. How did he come out of Ireland? What are your expectations going to York?
Yeah, no, he came out with lovely. He's in great shape. He could have went to the King George, and we didn't. We waited to go to the Voltigeur. The thinking behind the Voltigeur, after the Voltigeur, he can go anywhere. He can go to the. He can obviously go to the Leger. He can go to the Arc. Yeah, no, very unassuming, straightforward horse. Everything has went really well since as well. He's only been taken over. Yeah, so it will be interesting. It's to get another run into him. Obviously, he's been trained as a race on the way to another race, if you know what I mean. So he's had a very nice, easy time since. He's enjoying everything he's doing, and he's not asked to do a whole lot. But everybody seems happy so far with him.
Continuous won it for you a couple of years ago, Los Angeles. They went different routes, Continuous Leger, Los Angeles Arc. Do you have a sort of feel at the moment which route he might go down at this stage?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, Scandinavia has come into the picture now, and obviously I think the lads would like him to have first go at the Leger, and I think if the ground was going to be nicer, good or quicker, it's very good chance that he could go there and Lambourn could go to the Arc then or something like that. But I think Scandinavia will be given the #1 slot at the moment. He looks a lovely straightforward stayer too, and loves a beautiful mover. Good ground will suit him, where Lambourn, it doesn't seem to matter to him. He'll handle soft ground or fast ground or whatever, and it looks like that he will stay further than 1.5 miles as well.
Finally on Lambourn, I love his attitude for racing. He seems to really relish it and enjoy it. Has he always been like that?
Yes. Yeah, he's typical Australia. That's the way Australia was, and all his stock are like that. That's why he's going to put into all his fillies as well. So, and the fillies will put it into their fold, so it's going to be very important. But Supermind, he's so unassuming, straightforward. It's hard to believe, really.
And in the Acomb, earlier, the Tattersalls Acomb on the Wednesday, you've got potentially Montreal Neolithic and Italy in there. Can I just talk about Italy? That race at Newmarket, a race you like to target with good horses, the Superlative, was more like a sort of Dodgems at the fairground. There was a lot of scrimmaging and bumping around for a relatively small field race. How did he come out of that?
Yeah, yes, he came out of it well. He was babyish going in, and we were using it as a stepping stone. And like you said, it got a little bit messy. He got pushed out in the middle. He was a little bit green and probably going to improve a lot fitness. He's a very good horse. Works very well. A big scopy horse, a lot of class. Obviously, he's not the finished article yet, and still won't be for his next run. But he's going to turn into a very good horse, we think.
Well, he looked very good on debut, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's going to be, he's going to be something exciting when it happens, when he gets it together, and we're not forcing him to do it, so we're letting it happen gently, and yeah, we'll see what will happen the next time.